going on, everyone? Nice, sweet. Hey, what's going on? David, what's going on, brother? We are waiting for our guest of honor today. We're going to have Krista Smith on. She's a realtor out of the Windsor area. She works on a team. I can't remember her team name, but I'll let her kind of go through that all. I got a couple questions for her, so it should be exciting. So we'll wait for her to get on. It should be very exciting. Get your coffee. I know it's kind of early. All right, there she is. Let me bring her in. Where is she? Invited here. There she goes. So she should be coming on nice and soon. There she is.
Hey,
Crystal, what's going on?
good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'll just do a quick little intro for everyone coming on as well, just for the recording as well.
Sure.
So this is Krista. We actually grew up together, went to the same high school back in the Durham region there. She is now a realtor out in the Windsor area and doing very well for herself, if I do say so myself. You are part of a team, that's correct, right?
Yep. I'm on the
Perfect.
Joe Conlon real estate team, but we work for Royal LePage.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. I'll make sure you get a shout out and I'll put that in the notes as well as the
Perfect.
description. Get a little love there.
For
So what
sure.
we're going to do today, we got 6 questions for Krista. I think everyone is bored of hearing from me, so I'm very excited that I get to ask a lot of questions today. So I'll just kick it off and get you started.
Sure.
So Windsor's been a crazy market. It's been hot ever since, I started investing there. Are you seeing a slowdown in the market in the near future?
No. Short answer, no.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so we predict that there's still at least 2 or 3 years of, significant growth for Windsor. If you look at the statistics, we're still almost 50% of what it is in places like Toronto. So
Yeah.
although we are growing really quickly, we still have a lot of room to catch up with a lot of other places. So I think that's one thing that the pandemic has kind of brought on. People have realized, obviously, you can move around with being able to work from home, things like that.
Yeah.
And I think people have really started to see what Windsor has to offer. There's a lot more than what most people expect. I mean, myself personally, when I moved here, I knew nothing about Windsor. And it was one of those things we just kind of packed up and moved. And we found out shortly after that we had made a great decision and we loved everything about the city. We're surrounded by water. We're close to Detroit. We're still only a 4-hour drive from Toronto, so it's not too far to go home and visit family and stuff like that. But I think people are starting to realize,
Yeah.
Windsor has a lot going for it, and we're definitely seeing a lot of traffic kind of coming into the city.
Okay, that's good. So for
Yeah.
all the naysayers that say the Windsor market's already at its top and it's about to come down, you have other things you want to say about
No,
that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. With the amount of things that we have going on, and we have some huge projects going on to kind of even add more to the city. I think, with the years to come, we're just going to see even more growth. And I think people are still starting to realize that, Windsor's kind of a hidden gem. People don't realize how nice it is here.
100%. Because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was in the same camp as you. Even not even talking about real estate investing. I'm like when I was younger, like when we were
Yeah.
both in high school, people would talk about Windsor. Be like, where is that? Like
Yeah.
who goes to Windsor? That's not a city.
Yeah.
But like now it's really coming into its own. I feel like it's got everything that Toronto has,
Hmm.
but just at a cost of living that's a little bit more affordable. So that's
Exactly.
good. That's good to
Exactly.
know there.
Well, and you and I know we went to high school together. Of all our friends, there's unfortunately not a lot of people that own their own home in the GTA. It's just not possible. So the fact that we were able to move out here and buy a house, like that's pretty good, reason to move out here for myself, anyways.
100%. I
Yeah.
take that at 10 days a week. So that's
Exactly.
good there. So the next question I have is more about you as a realtor, like specifically. So you've been a realtor for under 5 years,
Yep.
from what I understand. Okay, for under 5 years, what's one thing that you, in your experience, that you now see that's harder than you expected, and one thing that was way easier than you expected?
Okay. So first of all, my experience is a little bit different because I did start as the assistant for my team before I became a realtor. So I had a little bit of an understanding of what it was going to be like before I kind of jumped in with both feet, luckily.
Yeah,
Obviously, most people don't get that, luxury.
yeah.
But the biggest thing I can say, like I've talked about this with my team too, is it's funny when you're working with a realtor, you often think that like, okay, they sold the house and then they just kind of go away. That's not the case. We are with you kind of that whole process, and a lot of times majority of the work that comes in is between when you get the offer accepted and when your house closes. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
something that you just don't really think about when you're on the outside of it, but there's actually a lot of things that go into the process of just being there for your client and making sure that you can help with any questions that might come up. And there's usually something that comes up between.
Always, always.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. I remember like one of my first deals, or like first couple deals, I remember thinking like, okay, we sold the house, job done, like cool.
Yeah,
It's like no, we're just starting. And
yeah.
then I mean, obviously our team is the Joe Conlon real estate team, but our slogan is Realtors for Life. And that's one thing that we're definitely stay true to. We drop off wine at Christmas, we drop off birthday gifts and cards and things like that throughout the year because truthfully, like, I mean, again, being new to Windsor, I made so many friends out of clients that I've had, and I truly feel like I am their realtor for life. And like, sorry guys, you can't get rid of me. I'm, I'm
I
gonna keep
like it. No,
talking.
hey, that's good. That's good. Right?
Yeah,
Because I feel like sometimes people just want it to be like a transactional relationship. Like I buy, you help me facilitate the sale, and then we don't speak again. But
yeah,
I feel like your approach, as well as your team's approach to the realtor client relationship, is so much above what a
yeah,
lot of realtors are doing. So I like that a
exactly.
lot.
Yeah, and that's exactly
Anything?
the plan.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say that's exactly what we try to accomplish. And I mean, it's not like we're trying anything. We love our clients, and we work with like people that are like us, and we tend to just get along well, which is nice.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's exactly what you want there.
yeah.
Yeah, let me move to the number three. This is Nav. I gave one for you, so this question's a little for me. So as real estate investors, we can sometimes be difficult clients. I might be in that camp, especially when I was starting. Oh man, I probably wasn't the best client. But for me and for other real estate investors, what are a couple things we should know to help us be better clients for you as a realtor?
The first thing you can do is make sure that you have all your information ready. So whatever your kind of plan is, if it's going to be a long-term investment, if you're looking to flip a house, if you're looking to renovate, um, all those things are going to play factors in helping you. If you don't know what
Okay.
you're looking for, it definitely makes it a little bit more tricky, and there tends to be a little bit more running around. Not that we're not used to that, but if you want to be like on top of your stuff, to have all your information ready and have a game plan is always helpful. And then the next thing, honestly, sounds so silly, but communication. If you can answer a call or a text message quickly, that is a lifesaver because, as you know, things happen really quickly in this market. And it sounds so crazy to think, but if you sometimes miss that one phone call, you might be missing out on a house. So
100%.
it's one of those things. Sometimes opportunities appear, and you got to jump fast. So that's the best piece of advice I can give if you are serious about picking something up, especially at a good price. Usually you got to be pretty quick.
Gotcha. Hey, no, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some people, and this isn't any disrespect to anyone coming into the real estate investing game. Everyone's like, oh, I like the idea of real estate investing. But then, like, as a realtor, you do your job, you get a deal, you call them, Isaiah, I have a property now.
Hmm.
Like, we got to close on it. And you're like,
Yeah.
let me, let
Yeah.
me talk to some people. And again, I don't mean that like you shouldn't think about it, but if you're not ready to
Yeah.
pull that trigger, the realtor's like, listen, I got exactly what you wanted
Hmm.
at a price point that you want. If you can't pull a trigger, it doesn't really help us in a working relationship.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I have seen it happen many times where you just start working with somebody and an opportunity comes up and you try and really stress to them like, no, I think this is a really good one. We should move on it, and they're just not ready. And I mean, there's no pressure, and we understand that, but it often happens where a couple months later they're like, oh man, we really should have got that first house. So it's one of
Yeah.
those things. And then that's the other thing I can suggest is trust your realtor. You hired them to help you. They're the experts
Boom.
in the industry. Listen to their advice and work with them. And I mean, we're pretty good with explaining the process as we go. We're never going to try and make someone do something they're not comfortable with. But again, at the end of the day, we are the expert that you're coming to. And so if you can listen to us, that helps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we talk, like in the real estate community, we talk about like our power team, our core four,
Hmm.
and it's like such an important aspect. But if you put someone on your team, as a realtor, someone like yourself, and then you give us information or you give me information and then I don't use it because I don't trust it, I'm like, why did you even bother like
Exactly.
working together?
Yeah.
Right. So that's a good
Yeah.
point there. I
And
like
I mean,
that. Thank you. I'll make sure.
and it makes me want to work harder too, right? If we have that kind of relationship where we respect each other and you listen to what I say, like it makes me really want to like, yeah, I want to get you this house because you are, a really good partner to work with. Yeah,
Excellent. That's good.
it
That's
helps in
good
every
stuff.
aspect, really.
I like that. So let me move on to another one. Again, this is another investor-based focus questions. Obviously, it's Isaiah Henry, first position real estate. It is what it is. So in the Windsor market, are you seeing any untapped or potential opportunities that maybe not everyone's seeing on a surface level, but as your experience as a realtor, you're seeing?
Yeah, there's actually a little bit of a lag in the condo market right now. So,
Oh, okay.
it's one of those things everyone's, buying single family residential homes or duplexes, multifam, whatever. But the condos are actually a little bit easier to obtain right now because what happened was once the university shut down the first time with COVID, a lot of investors got rid of their condos. So there tends to be a lot more of them out there.
Okay.
Obviously, it's not ideal for everybody, but we have been suggesting them a little bit more to investors and things like that. Obviously, it does make it a little bit trickier because you have to keep in mind, condo fees and things like that to make sure that your investment still makes sense. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit less competitive. So, I mean, in this market, that's worth its weight in gold. The fact that you don't have to maybe compete against 30 people is kind of
Yeah.
sometimes. So yeah, the condo market's probably what I would say is kind of like the untapped area right now.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's really good.
yeah,
Because I think maybe even before I got started, maybe 10 years ago in downtown Toronto, that was the stuff. Like you tried to go buy some condos, put people in there, and that was the stuff. But now everyone is kind of turning away from that. But
mhm,
just because if the whole general public kind of turns away, it leaves that opportunity
yeah,
and you being able to identify that. If someone is looking for a condo strategy, Windsor might be a good market
yeah,
kind of get into. Good stuff.
for sure.
That's awesome there.
Mhm.
And then this one's for you. It's number 5. What is one of your big goals for 2022?
I would like to get myself an investment property. That is something that I've been
Mm,
kind of working on. I've been talking to, my financial advisor, my mortgage specialist, all those kind of people. I don't know if it's in the cards this year or not, but I'm definitely going to try. It's one of those things I've been seeing, obviously the prices going up and things like that. But I mean, again, we've talked about how Windsor is still relatively affordable compared to what's going on out there. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm just thinking that maybe if I can try and take advantage of it while I can, that'd be something that I love to get into, but we'll see what happens. Hmm. Oh, gotcha.
There. All right, it's all good. Yeah, like that's really cool. Getting into an investment property like that is super ideal, whether that's in Windsor or somewhere else, and
Hmm.
especially with your experience as a realtor, could actually, help you, do some things that you maybe not able to do as a regular investor, just with your access to information
Yeah.
and ability to move quickly and stuff. So that's a super sweet goal
Yeah,
there.
and even for
Um,
myself, like for my career, that's something that I would like to do just to be able to, know the experience the ins and outs of it. That's something that definitely has helped me in my experience as a realtor is the fact that I do own a home and I have gone through the process.
yeah.
So again, just owning an investment property and going through that process, I think will help me just better service my clients as well.
That's sweet. That
Yeah,
that's good for you and as well as your business, like being
yeah,
able to put that into perspective. Because now you can talk to someone as a homeowner, as an investor, and as a
exactly.
realtor. Oh man, like you're
Yeah,
that's gold. That's perfect there.
trying.
Last question for you here. Where can people find out more about you? Hit me with your Instagram. Hit me with your team name. Drop all your contacts so we can get that out there.
So, oh, I better check my handle. I think I'm Chris. What am I? Krista.Kingston. KristaKingston.realtor on Instagram. And
Sounds
my
good.
Facebook is the same, Krista Kingston Realtor.
Good stuff. And
Yeah,
the team was again
the team's the Joe
the
Conlon team, or
Joe
your
Con.
Realtors for Life. We're also known as.
Your realtor for life. Okay, guys, you heard it here
Yeah.
first. It's Krista Kingston with the Joe Conlon team. She's out in Windsor. She's a homeowner, soon to be investor, and a very, very in touch realtor. She got a great team working for her. So if anyone's out in the Windsor community looking for a realtor, give Krista a call there. I'll just kind of wrap it up right here. It's Isaiah Henry, it's First Position Real Estate. Krista, thank you so much for joining us on a live today. It's early, but I had the coffee, so
Yeah.
That's all good there. Again, thanks so much. We'll talk offline, and I'm sure we get there. Anyways, any questions, hit me up. Hey, Krista, hope you guys have a good day. Take care.
See ya. Thanks, Isaiah.
No problem.